Hello and welcome back. I'm Annabelle.
And I'm Charlotte.
And today we're going to be talking to you about Charles Messier. We're two teenage amateur astrophotographers who took our astrophotos and put them on greeting cards, which we're selling on Etsy as a way for us to save money for college. You can find our products at acastrocards.etsy.com, which is linked in the description.
We're back with a little bit of astronomy history. Today, we're traveling back in time to 18th century France to learn about the important French astronomer and comet hunter, Charles Messier.
Charles Messier lived from 1730 to 1817. Although we don't know him primarily today as a comet hunter, comets were the focus of most of his life's work.
Before we move on, you might be wondering, what exactly is a comet? Comets are balls of ice, rock, dust, and gas that travel around the sun in elliptical orbits. When they near the sun, they develop two tails. One of these tails is made of ions, and the other is made of dust. Did you know that comet tails can be over 500,000 miles long? Occasionally, for some comets, the tail can be as long as the distance between Earth and the Sun.
Clear why Messier had fun observing these interesting celestial bodies. In fact, he discovered 13 of them and co-discovered 7 others. He studied over 40 comets in his life and made maps of some of their trajectories, like this one. For all his work in comets, King Louis XV of France called him the Comet Ferret.
One time, as a young man, Messier was looking for Halley's Comet, but he was looking in the wrong spot due to some faulty calculations on his boss's part. He came across another object he thought might be the comet, but it turned out it was the Crab Nebula, which had been discovered in the not-too-distant past, in 1731. This gave him an idea. Why not make a catalog of objects that people might confuse for comets?
That is how the Messier Catalog was born. This catalog is the reason Messier is so famous today, and modern astronomers use his catalog as a naming system for objects. By the time Messier died in 1817, he had compiled 103 objects in his catalog, 40 of which he discovered himself. Today, there are 110 objects in the Messier Catalog.
Think about when Messier lived, in the 1700s and 1800s. That means that there were no electronics, no computerized telescopes to slew to the objects he wanted to view, and no fancy cameras or spacecraft to take photos of the objects he found. With way more rudimentary telescopes than the ones we have today, Messier discovered and observed so many extremely faint objects. Incredible.
Since the objects were faint in his viewing instruments not nearly as advanced as ours are today, Messier couldn't tell exactly what the objects he discovered were. Since they looked like blurry smudges to Messier, he called them all nebulae, even though some of them were actually galaxies or star clusters. Today, with the help of space telescopes like Hubble, we have stunning photos of the objects Messier cataloged, and we see their incredible detail and color. It's amazing to think that he and other astronomers were able to find these objects hundreds of years ago with way more basic equipment.
That should give us a new appreciation for this French astronomer and his catalog. We may not use his catalog to help us with comet finding anymore, but we sure use it in ways that Messier likely never imagined when he lived. Next time you spot a gorgeous nebula or galaxy, you may just wonder, is that Messier's catalog? You know what? There's a good chance it is.
If you enjoyed learning about Messier and his catalog, you may be interested in our greeting cards with Messier catalog objects on them, like this one with M45, otherwise known as the Pleiades.
Or this one with M15, a globular star cluster.
This card depicts M42, also called the Orion Nebula. Once again, check out our products at acastrocards.etsy.com. That's acastrocards.etsy.com, and you can find that link in the description.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to see more space videos to come. Until then, happy stargazing and clear skies.